There's a dredge. Finally able to run that shit after almost a year. Pulled a ½ ounce out of here last time I was here, so we'll see what we get. That's Jeff's pond. That's where he's gonna mine into this bank right here. Down there. Gotta move my pump, it's getting flooded. Yeah. Oh yeah. So hopefully we get some goddamn gold in here. Come right in that bank, come right up there.
Huh?
I'm talking to the camera.
Oh.
Trying to make my YouTube video. Here. There's El Jefe. Yeah, put that in your book.
Put that in your book. Put that in your vial.
Yeah, put that in your book. A quote from Dances with Wolves if the legalities come along. I did more running than filming this trip. I needed to get some gold. I needed to get paid, but I did a little bit here. The first day I was here, kind of see that. Tailings over there. A little bit showed up, but I wanted more. So I headed up over here. This is my friend's hole. He did that with the... He started with his 4 and then for some reason went to the 3. Don't ask me why. I jumped up here. Basically all that's my tailings from where the Visqueen is all the way over here. It's probably about 3 or 4 feet deep. I don't know, 20 foot by 10 foot probably. And I did that hole. Pretty much started right about here on the other side where them rocks are piled. Cleared all that off. And I'll be up in the next couple of days to finish it. So, but this is what the cleanup came out of. So I'll be cleaning up when I go home. I'll film that and show you the cleanup process that I use. But that's the site for this last little trip. Pretty cool little confluence, a little creek coming from there, coming into this. So, pretty good little spot. Alright, this is the Gold Safari mining equipment 4-inch cleanup sluice or mini sluice. It can be used for sampling if you know, you don't have water somewhere, or even if you do have water somewhere and you just want to be real light or something like that. You can use it for sampling. You can use it to process dirt out in the field if you want, but you know, you can't feed the material into it like you can a high banker. But the biggest advantage of this sluice is for your cleanup, and that's what I use it for. After I run my dredge or run my high banker or whatever I run, I bring my concentrates and I run it through this. I don't classify it. You don't have to do anything like that. You just clean out your whatever you're processing with, bring those home or whatever, and you run it through the 4-inch cleanup sluice, and it catches everything. I mean, just literally everything. You just set it up a little bit steeper than, or basically you just set it up so the material starts to build up, and then you set it a little bit steeper past that. So just right past the point where the material will build up is about the angle that you set it up at, and it catches everything. It's just ran off 12 volts. That's about a 500 gallon per minute pump, and it works pretty good. You can go through about a 5-gallon bucket, about half of a 5-gallon bucket in half hour, 45 minutes if you're just kind of feeding it pretty slow. But I can turn it on here. I mean, this I got about a quarter of a 5-gallon bucket left in there. If you can see in there. My wonderful daughter is helping me make this video, so she's helping me so you guys can see my face, so I'm not just behind the camera. But I got about that much dirt left. I've processed about half of my concentrate so far. You want to show that? Some of it. I'll show the gold after it's all cleaned up. I'll show you the rest of the cleanup process a little bit later on. But I have this down to a science. I can basically get all my concentrates broken down to just gold in about an hour or so, give or take, depending on what I do. Sometimes I just hang out, I let it run, I feed it, I go eat, I watch a show and feed it as I'm listening to the show. But you know, it's just kind of easy. That's what I like to do. I like to go in the field. When I'm in the field, I run. And when I get home, that's when I'll go through and spend the time cleaning it out. Because when you're in the field, you want to spend the time getting gold out of the ground, not cleaning it up. So I'll show you the rest of the process. Real simple. A lot of you guys are going to go, oh, why didn't I think of that? It's real easy. But this is part of the process. To break down a half of a 5-gallon bucket to, you know, a half of an inch of material in the bottom of your gold pan. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm bringing my concentrates from like I said, about a half 5-gallon bucket down to about a half an inch in a gold pan, a regular size gold pan. So I'm going to continue running this. This is from the hole that you guys just saw. I was up there for 2 days. I won't make a huge point of the 2 days, because when you see the amount of gold that I got out of there in 2 days, you're probably not going to believe me anyway, but I don't really care. This is what pays my bills. So, you know, I'm the one that cares. But this is the 4-inch sluice. I can go ahead and turn it on real quick. All I got to do is plug this in and show you guys it running. But the water just turns on, starts running down there. I like to kind of, if I have material in there, I like to let the water start slowly. But it seems like it's running a little funky there. Maybe I have some stuff in the pump, which I probably do. But you can show it closely. Basically, just you can feed this thing fairly quickly. The light's not too good in here. I do apologize for that, because this is my apartment. The Metro miner's cabin. Not a lot of light in this corner, but this is the best corner for this little setup. I keep this thing set up just because I have to do this about 2 or 3 times a week. But you can feed it fairly quickly. I mean, it's pretty much just straightforward, the same way you would a high banker. In this one, I have a little styrofoam in here, but just because since this is mine and I'm the one that makes these things, I didn't spend all the time to make sure that the back of this was really sealed. So I just put this in there so it didn't splash back and get on my floor. But other than that, the back of this will be all sealed. You don't have to put this thing in there. But as you can see, you can put a whole scoop in there if you get rocks. You know, I put rocks in there and then I just pull them out and throw them aside. I throw those in the yard. But, you know, if you see a rock, you just grab it and look at it, because sometimes you never know. You could have a piece of, you know, something with gold on it. So instead of just classifying it and tossing it away, you just, you know, pick it out of there, and then it's wet and you can see what it is. So, you know, you feed it until you go through all your dirt. I've fed this with a big scoop before. If it's dry, I just dump it right in there, big scoop. Right, let's see. This scoop right here, I've fed it with this scoop. You can scoop that whole thing and dump it right in. But if you want to show the sluice a little bit, you can stand right here. Yeah, film both. You just kind of dump it, and then basically that's the 4-inch cleanup sluice. I'll show you the rest of the process here coming up. I just wanted to show this to you guys. Now this is after the cleanup sluice. I've panned it down quite a bit already, but this particular place where I'm at, there's a lot of natural lead. So I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of hard with it underwater, but see how all that lead is just jammed up with all that gold? It's about 50-50 gold and lead right there. Over here I have a little bit more gold, just gold, but this particular place, it's good gold, but lots and lots of lead. So basically the whole point of that cleanup sluice is to basically get yourself down to about that much in a pan. If you can see that, the bottom ½ inch of the pan. Oh, that's how much dirt comes out of that cleanup sluice. And so that gives you a very small amount of dirt to actually have to pan out. Makes it very, very easy. I just do it in my sink and pan into another pan. But I wanted to show you guys that because, I mean, you can, let me drain this water off here. You can see all that gold, kinda. I'll get a better light here. You can see all the gold, all that yellow is gold. All the gold, all the gold. Some in that black sand, but then you get down here to this freaking lead, man. It's a pain in the butt. So it's all gold. All of it. Plus, that's not even what I just got. Remember, this is 2 days. Got that. So we're looking at about, I don't know, a few grams right there. But I still got, that's all the fines. And then these chunkies. Plus these chunkies. So that's 2 days. But basically the process is you need that cleanup sluice. There it is right there. You guys saw that. Then you need pans, 2 pans. You need a classifier right here. Just a strainer, screen strainer. And then what you do is after you run the cleanup sluice, you take your concentrates and run it through this and pick out all your gold with your tweezers that don't go through the screen, and that's what these are. You can hear that. That's always a good sound. Oh yeah. So yeah, you pick out all the big stuff that doesn't go through the screen with your tweezers, and then you pan down your dirt. And let me see if I can't do this. Hey Grace,
Yeah.
come help me quick.
Okay.
Hold this really quick, would you, into the pan? My daughter's going to help me again. She's awesome. Okay, so this is a pain in the butt because of all the lead. What I do is I just shake it like that to get most of the gold down on one side. And I do the same thing you would anyways with the swoop. Try and get some of the black sand off of there. You can't be all that careful, but then you just tap it. Get more of the black sand off of there. Having a little bit of that black sand is not that big of a deal. Then you take your suction tweezers here, that's what they call them anyway, or an eyedropper. And then see how that gold, I just walked it all, just by tapping it, walked it all down there. And then you just scoop it up like that, put it in your vial. Scoop it up like that, put it in your vial. And I mean, I have to do this a bunch of times with this particular material because it has all that lead in there. This light isn't very good. We're both blocking the way. Here, scoot back a little bit so you can try and get more of the light in there, baby. Like that. Okay, just you scoot back. Okay, there you go. So this lead is a big time pain in the butt, but you gotta kind of just slowly but surely get it out like that. So you got these to get your fine gold. Most of the time I can pan this all the way down to just gold where I don't have very much black sand. This lead is just in this particular location very, very, very prominent. So it makes things a little bit harder on cleanup. But the gold's real good, as you can see. So that's another step of the process. We'll show you the rest of it later.